This is Marty with Marty's Diesel, and today's video is going to cover the recent changes in our old body style e-fuel kit as of March 14th, 2024. From far away, the biggest change is we no longer send out the large mounting bracket. Upon closer inspection though, we made huge improvements with the filter bases and modified the brackets to be more robust and easier to mount in several different ways. While we do still offer the large brackets separately, it is not required to install our fuel system. Let me start by showcasing our new Marty's Diesel billet aluminum fuel filter bases. Months of planning went into making these bases as useful as possible. I believe the immediate benefit is a more compact, purpose-driven application that looks great. The overall width of the fuel system is 2.5 inches narrower, so it gives you more adjustment when locating the fuel system under the truck. The overall height is 7/16 of an inch shorter as well, which helps keep the filters as high as possible. The new filter bases will exchange with the old filter bases as they retain the same mounting style. Although our retro cast filter bases are also still available for purchase through our website. Fuel filter options remain the same with this update as well. The inlet and outlet of the filter bases are labeled, and there is an arrow on the side that illustrates fuel flow. During install, just make sure that all of the arrows point towards the engine. These new fuel filter bases include a removable stainless steel threaded nipple, so in the event of a cross-threaded filter, you do not destroy a $40+ filter base, you simply replace the $8 nipple. Oftentimes, I am able to overnight this part for around half the price of what a new filter base costs. Not to mention, it no longer requires removal of the fuel system assembly from the truck to correct this problem. These billet bases also feature smaller, more appropriately sized inlet and outlet ports, which are more than adequate for the intended use as an old body style e-fuel kit. These smaller ports decrease the number of fittings used to adapt to the fuel pumps that we use, and the new fittings are also more common in the marketplace. These bases also feature dual 1/8 inch ports that can be used to measure vacuum or fuel pressure depending on if they are located before or after the fuel pump. These integrated ports remove the need for the additional inline fittings we previously supplied and keeps the overall width of the fuel system static when it's in service. In the future, we are planning for these parts to serve as fuel heaters and warning lights on the dash for fuel pump inlet restriction. We aren't there just yet, so stay tuned. Let's move on to the brackets. Just like our old brackets, these ones are stainless steel, as is our hardware, so it will look good for the life of the truck. Here is a kit from 2023, installed on the outside of the frame rail in the lowest position. As you can see, it hangs down really low, especially with the long cat filters. Personally, I want these filters to be as high as possible, but to each their own. With our bracket update, we have just as much adjustability as we did before, maybe even more. Our new kits will still install on the outside of the frame rail, and the entire system will clear the parking brake cable. Mounting this kit on the outside of the frame rail requires very little thought, so let's compare and focus on mounting this assembly on the inside of the frame rail. Our fuel system assembly only requires a total of 18 inches of space to mount, which means it will install on the inside of the frame rail on every old body style, with the exception of a regular cab 4-wheel drive. All other cab and bed configurations will allow you to mount our kit on the inside. Whether you mount the kit on the inside or the outside of the frame rail, you can usually find at least one hole already in the frame that lines up with our new brackets, sometimes both of them. I have installed these assemblies without drilling any holes in the frame. Depending on where you locate your fuel system, you will likely only have to drill one hole. Now, let's get into adjusting the height of the install. You can mount these brackets inside the C-channel of the frame. You will have a couple inches of vertical adjustment. However, you can also slide the new brackets in over the top of the frame so that the mounting portion of the brackets are actually on the outside, but it allows the filters to hang down on the inside of the frame. This results in a supremely strong install with the most clearance for the filters as possible. No other kit on the market can boast these attributes. I hope this video helps my customers understand all of the new features of our old body style e-fuel system and improves their ability to install our fuel kit. We are always striving to improve our products, and as always, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please contact us with the information provided on the screen. Thanks. We will see you on the next one.